Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the world. This is the Living World of Darkness Rage Across New York venue. Tonight, we find ourselves at the Scepter of the Green with a eclectic group of Guru as a familiar feeling kind of crosses over the Sept and the moon bridge opens into the Cairn Heart. After a few moments, someone that some of them have seen before kind of walks down the moon bridge and stops at the bottom. He's wearing an I Heart Morocco t-shirt, khaki shorts, and some woven flip-flops. And he has a big bag over his shoulder. It's plastic. It looks like something you would get from like a street vendor. And he stops at the bottom and he howls that I am blessed by issue, born on 2 legs under a laughing moon, child of the brood of owl, cleeth of the nation. I request to kind of, there's a definite pause there, and it says, come home.
Decimates would be a furry bullet, but she's a little big for that. So we're going to call her a furry runaway train. It's coming right for you.
Are you saying that she's coming in like a wrecking ball?
Yes. I'm committing.
Apparently, after a few moments, a cackle comes across the bond that says, welcome home, dear boy, from the direction of a large bus that is in the corner. And he'll kind of take a couple of steps off, and his eyes will go wide as he notices this hulking, huge, furred form barreling at him. And he just kind of stands there like the deer in the headlights that he is.
To add to the majesty, her tongue is flapping in the breeze.
Graceful as fuck. And here she comes. And he's not even going to try to dodge. He's just going to take it full force.
He gets lovingly barreled into and borne to the ground and licked all over his face.
Ah! Ah! He starts putting his hands up in front of his face. I'm not a steak! I'm not a steak!
The tail is going bananas. Snow is going everywhere. She's been covered in it from bolting around all day.
There's a rather interesting smell coming from the bag, by the way.
But first it is dusk.
Interesting meat smell.
But it is dusk. He is my favorite runt. I must lick all of his face.
He just, after a moment, there's a definite resigned part where he just kind of lowers his arms and just lets himself be licked. Because this is how their relationship goes.
It is. Just accept defeat. And once he accepts defeat, he gets a thorough face licking. And then she just kind of flops half over him.
He definitely smells of sand and sunscreen and salt and probably African spices like cumin, etc. that he has been eating and is probably sweating out. So yeah, there's definitely, it's different.
And you have beaten me to the punch because yeah, step 2 is the thorough snuffle over of where have you been? What were you doing? What were you eating? Snuff, 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 snuff.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely, whatever he's been eating was made of bits of real panther, that's for sure. And,
yep, there's just a barrage of happy wines and whatnot.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, guys, well, hey, why not? A lot slower than Stoneclaw or Decimates, who is of course huge and runs fast. Platine is following not so fast, not due to her being lazy. Oh, god damn it. But more to the fact that she's so short. And she will wait to see what's going down.
She walks up on the form of Dusk laying on his back with Stoneclaw sniffing at probably inappropriate areas going, wait a minute, what's this?
Yep, she has at least one leg thrown over him. He is essentially pinned to the ground and getting snuffled and loved, and he gets to like it.
if I'm correct, it sounds to be better now.
Hmm?
Does it sound better now?
A bit, but you are still staticky.
God damn it. I'll go reload.
Oh, it cleared up.
Oh,
It
there
cleared
you go.
up.
There you go. There you go. It's
I'm
gone now.
going
Go.
to reload. I just called it reloading and it reloaded. Yay. So yeah, she'll stay a little bit away because these are her sleeping buddies, but now they're all grown up and one of them is what she is. So she's just gonna stay in the back a little bit. Just looking at this kind of familiar sight.
Feel free to assume that the pack link sounds something like, Olaf! Olaf, Dusk is here! He smells funny! He's here! Dusk is here! Etc., etc., etc. It's like a running mental narrative. I'm sorry, but not really.
Olaf isn't that far behind. He comes upon this scene, this great reuniting of siblings from other parents.
Oh, and we'll be coming with all them.
And he looks down at what he can see of Dusk underneath Decimates.
Which is probably like a foot, maybe a hand.
Most of him sticking out. She's only like half clobbered him.
Can you let him out?
There's a moment, and the ears tweak. She considers this briefly, and then realizes that's probably a reasonable request. And finally gets off of Dusk and will helpfully nose him up to his feet. If he's too slow, she will just grab him by the back of the shirt and help more
And
manually.
That's probably what happens because he would probably wait for that, expecting it.
Yep. She would like reach down and gingerly grab the back of his shirt and lift him up by it and just set him on his feet.
Olaf also helps. He snatches Dusk up from beneath his arms, which is kind of hard to discern with how shadowy he is, but Olaf's gotten used to this. Lifts him up. He's still small.
And you are still observant, Raya. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, you little shit. And Dusk gets bear hugged.
Oh, he's squashed.
Spun around. Yeah.
Immediately squashed. Just
You were treated to secondhand slobber. Congratulations.
Olaf could give less of a goddamn that he is now joined in this slimy mess. Dusk is bear hugged. He is spun around. He is set back on his feet. Well done.
There's that definite smile that's a bit too wide for his face in the Umbra. That night spirit smile. He kind of grins. It's almost sheepish in nature. And he shrugs. Sorry, I didn't have time to say goodbye. Did you get my spirit that's sent?
Heard everything. I am used to this. The striders, they are always going so fast. It's hard to catch up some days.
He smiles. Haven't learned that trick yet, but learned others. He reaches over into his bag and he pulls out a small, looks like a plastic bag, and he kind of chucks it over towards Stoneclaw and grins. He says, I was told that when we go on trip, you're supposed to bring gifts, so I brought gifts.
Stoneclaw accepts chiminage. She will immediately come over and start nosing this bag and gnawing on it to try to get it open, and then sniffing some more.
It's plastic, so and it's flimsy plastic, so it pops almost immediately. And she finds inside antelope jerky.
It's going in her mouth. Unsurprisingly.
Aiden he makes his way. He's smiling. He looks at Dusk. Oh, hello, Dusk. Congratulations are in order.
Dusk looks up and he kind of nods. Kind of narrows his eyes at him a little bit. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. There's a definite little bit of a side eye to Olaf, like, who is this again?
Let's see if Olaf picks up on it. Let's make this weird. Die stream, didn't count on having you today, but here we are.
Because I think we only like met once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very brief, so it's been a while.
Olaf figures it out. This one's Aiden. It's, one of your contemporaries.
Yes, but am no longer done. Have been named by Owl. Now I'm Owl's brew, so I am
Blessed by Eshy.
blessed by it. Yes. Yes. He kind of looks at Stoneclaw. And he kind of, you can see him. Dusk is not an intimidating figure as much as he looks evil and black in the umbra. But he kind of straightens himself up, looking at Stoneclaw, and he looks at him and says, "Cleeth," in a very trying to be formal tone of the nation.
Have you ever seen that face a dog makes when it has a rawhide, like in its back teeth? So it's like the really exaggerated nomming motions. So she like perks her ears up and lifts her head, but is making the exaggerated nomming motions because jerkies.
Yeah. It's basically a haunch. So, yeah.
She seems to have at least ripped a smaller piece off so that she can gnaw. Yes.
He smiles.
So yeah. So Aiden kind of shows his throat to everyone here since everyone is in higher order than him.
Yes.
Yeah. Dusk shrugs. It's obvious he's not going to be one of those people that's going to be pushing on this, but Stoneclaw's here and she'll bite him if he doesn't. So he looks over to Olaf, reaches inside his bag again and throws him a T-shirt.
Olaf receives a T-shirt.
And the T-shirt says on the front of it, "My friend went to Casablanca and all I got was this stupid T-shirt."
He chuckles just like that, folds it up, puts it in his coat.
He'll look around. He sees Alana and Kumba, both of which he's never met before, and he'll kind of straighten himself up and say, "I am blessed by Eshi, born on two legs, under a laughing moon, Cleeth of the nation."
I've heard about you. Alana, Theurge, Metis, Clea.
He'll kind of nod his head to her and smile.
Kumba.
Looks over to Kumba.
I'm sorry. Kumba straightens up a bit and starts shaking a little bit to loosen up. I was like, I believe we met once with Jacob's rite of passage, but I am Kumba Karna, born on two legs, Theurge, Cleeth of the nation.
He smiles and nods. It's good to be home. Casablanca was an interesting place, but it was not New York.
No, was not.
For one thing, I was not covered in slobber 24 hours a day. It was an interesting experience.
Sounds terrible.
Let's see if he can hide the smile. It's dusk. Of course he can. He's pretty good at it. So he looks over at Olaf. I thought you would be in jungle. Was surprised when Moonbridge opened here.
Pre-deployment's been a pain in the ass. You gotta realize, Moonbridges from here to there, pretty easy. Especially with how Batar works. Moonbridges to the Amazon, different story.
Yes, first step of right was to get to Patal without Moonbridge. He kind of shakes his head. His way of owl.
Fair enough. Besides, we don't need to hack off the skull any more than we want to.
So do we know when going to war?
I don't want to throw out any estimates. Quickest not to be proven wrong.
They say soon, for very long time.
They do. Look, last time I went there by Moonbridge, partway out, fell out from under us. Coordinating just setting one up is difficult. Timing it just right, even more so. Those above us, they'll send us when they know. That is for sure. Until then, we build our readiness, stock up on as many tailings and other things we need as we can, train hard. That is focus for now.
He nods. Those who haven't seen him before, you see that he's got multiple talons kind of hanging around his body, around his neck, over his shoulders. Not as many as he left with, but he's got quite a few. He looks over to Stoneclaw to make sure she's still got one around her neck, almost unconsciously.
Decimates is now devoid of talons.
Oh, well then, in that case, he will immediately, again, without even thinking about it, pull one from around his neck, reach down and tie it around hers. It is a Gaia's breath, as it always is, because he knows his sister.
Some things you missed while you were away. Stoneclaw over here is now decimates the corruption. Named so when she became Clea for the Get a Fenrir.
Yes.
Someone roll me 7 dice, please. For some reason, my dice stream doesn't want to load.
7?
7, how
Yeah.
much rage have you been piling up, Bucko?
That's
There you go.
great.
Okay.
If it's normal, it's a fail.
No, it's 7. It's a 5. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I have socials on difficulty 7 because of Matt's deformity. What you hear from coming from the tree where she's leaning against is a loud snore. It's like
Decimates just kind of turns her head, glances back.
Olaf doesn't even look.
Dusk looks up. He's never met Flate. So he looks across at her.
What?
I don't think we ever met, did we?
In theory, the two of you were both sleeping on Stoneclaw for a while.
Oh, okay. All right. So we did meet. Fair
this
enough.
is kind of difficult because in scene we never met. Well, we did met. You were there when I entered the Sept.
Oh, okay. He doesn't know anything about her though, so he's just gonna kind of look over and look at Stoneclaw and look at her. Look at Stoneclaw. Look at her. There's a definite look of when he looks at Flate, there's a definite look of really just do that with her because one bite, not even a whole bite, and gone. I don't understand.
It's not even
Yeah,
about
but then
She just kind
Yeah,
of
but then
pipes
he just
up. She decide we are not littermate when I follow Fenrir. Makes me different. And bad. Magically. She like lifts a paw and is obviously trying to do like the little magic finger wiggle. It obviously doesn't work, but she makes a go at it.
She's just like going with a paw, like woo.
So you're like waving a paw like in the air, like seeing
Wow.
vapor trails. Awesome. It's good to see things haven't changed. You see that? Just kind of looks, shakes his head because guru politics have always been above him. He doesn't understand any of it.
So now I sleep in Alpha's box instead.
I will make us den in Umbra.
I like this too.
He looks at Stoneclaw as though she ever needed his approval. He's acceptable.
Unless you like to sleep in Weaver Box. Then I will sleep there.
I like to sleep with Pack, so you should sleep there.
That definitely gets a dark eyebrow raise. Pack.
She is with me now under Anaconda.
Looks towards Stoneclaw, looks at Olaf, looks at Stoneclaw, looks at Olaf. There's a definite amount of eyeball tennis going on. And then finally lands on Olaf. You're teaching her to be quiet.
I am very sneaky. Firm nod.
I'm not even sure he can hide that one. Oh, no, he can.
Sage
Yeah.
nod.
Oh, now you're all successes. God damn it.
I was gonna say, if of all the things he should roll well, it should be Manip Sub. Jeez.
5 successes to see it.
He laughs. He thinks that's amusing as fuck. But his face is stunned. But you can tell around his eyes. Stoneclaw saying that she's stealthy is like saying a bulldozer is stealthy, so that amuses the hell out of him. Plus, he knows her. He's been in battles with her. He's given her a nightshade before, and she still couldn't be stealthy.
Look, everyone has off days, man.
She learns the new ways. She always did. Which leads me to you, Blessed.
He blinks.
When Decimates joined my pack, she looked me in the eye. Can you believe it? In the eye.
I can believe this.
And she says, very certain, I am bringing dusk. So this leads me to you.
This is Dusk's complete look of utter non-surprise.
One of my best students. I even forgave you for opening all those cards in my name.
Yes, charges from Morocco should be forgotten. He kind of rolls his eyes, looking away.
I would have supported you either way, boy. Point being, one of my best students. Decimates loves you. And above all you go is silence. So I gotta put to you, will you join under my banner?
He kind of cocks his head to the side. He's up to Mother Anaconda, no?
We see her when we go Amazon.
She has accepted my discretion so far.
If Mother Anaconda says Dusk's purpose is to be a member of Olaf's pack, then Dusk will be a member of Olaf's pack.
And so it goes. You ride with us now.
He nods.
Welcome.
He looks to Olaf. So who is my packmates other than you and Decimates?
There's Alona here, and Olaf being Olaf. It's not even like the buddy, hey, my arms around your shoulder thing so much as a headlock.
He's used to it because, you know, I mean, he's used to getting carried around by Stoneclaw. So, you know, a headlock is, you know, small potatoes. Absolutely.
You're Alona. And somewhere out in the aether, he is the most silent of us. Is Lucas.
He nods.
Off, let's bust by Ishugo.
He kind of grins and shakes his head a little bit to clear it. Okay. Busy day. He looks over towards the armory. And then he'll actually look at Alana. Have been gone for a while. Have Sep's fetish is being taken care of.
I've just been handling chiminage for spirits. I would assume that it has, though.
We both know Frozen Hammer doesn't take her duties lightly. I should be glad to have you back.
He nods. I did not know if she had been taken away for other things. But good to know that she is still armored.
Still around. Still hitting people with her hammer.
You see him kind of rub one shoulder as if remembering. Yes. I had prepared. I had prepared myself to step off Moonbridge into water, and then now part of a pack. We should.
You're right. Decimate.
Pops her head up.
You know where I keep the prime rib.
Yes.
Get the prime rib. I will get the keg.
Decimates will snap up this veritable haunch of totally not deer jerky, other more different deer jerky, and tear off full tilt.
Alona, call Lucas. We're getting the fucking keg.
Yes, sir.
Oh dear. Oh, dear.
She makes a phone call to Lucas to bring the keg.
And Olaf snatches up poor Blessed by Issue. Sets him on his own shoulder.
Dusk, who has never had this happen to him before, kind of looks around from his high perch. Definitely has basically a basically a very confused look on his face and says, "Is this where I say God bless us, everyone?"
Go ahead.
He just kind of shakes his head. Who needs legs? Claps his hands. And then he'll kind of tap Olaf on the head to make him look up at him. And when he looks up at him, he's going to look into his eyes and he'll take his time and shift across. Because natural channel. Hello.
Olaf himself laughs and also shifts across because now we are on the journey to a kegger at Olaf's house.
Kumba looks at Aiden and go, well, do you want to go?
Are we invited?
That's a valid question. I'm assuming this is just a celebration thing. If you want to go, you should at least ask. I think I should work on more of my studies.
I'll ask if I can join. They left out of character. They left already.
Yeah, they all left to go get like what you can only imagine, knowing how Olaf stocks up for winter, is rack after fucking rack of prime rib saved for this occasion. And apparently a keg.
So yeah, Aiden will run to the direction, trying to catch up with them.
The rabble are headed in directions, man. Probably towards Olaf's house.
Yeah,
Probably
true.
Olaf's cabin.
Olaf's cabin.
If it helps, that's the way Stoneclaw went, or Decimates went, and she hadn't stepped sideways until she gets there. So I'm just saying Olaf's probably down some prime rib, or one of them is at least moderately gnawed, because that's what you get for sending the lupus to get the food.
And Kumba will look over to Talate and go, you should join them. Be happy for her.
This seems like a pack party.
I think it's more just celebratory of Dusk's ascension and arrival. And Destiny still sees you as a friend, so I would think it'd be well acquainted if you be a friend to her and her pack and enjoy their time together.
I'm sure you would think that way. And she'll turn her back towards him and starts walking off.
And Kumba will yawn and start heading for a direction where Dove Spirits may lay and try to work on a Talon.
All right.
Decimates is preparing for this party by eating the food. That seems like the best way to do it. I'm just saying.
By the time Olaf catches up, oi, Decimate!
I got it. Most of it's still there.
I was gonna say you can't eat it all. Alright. The kegs and probably something else are underway. We got the food. I don't have a whole bunch of skulls just sculding around, so we're gonna have to deal with other music.
What is Skuld?
It's what our tribe calls a galliard.
Oh,
Yeah. Usually you can get a whole bunch of them in a big old band, and it's quite a thing to see.
Dusk is changed to lupus because holy crap, cold, and he's wearing a t-shirt and shorts. And has slumped down into Olaf's cabin. And if there's like a fire or a stove or something, he is probably, laying almost on top of it because cold and just came from freaking Africa.
Decimates is thawed, which means she is now soggy. Congratulations.
Nothing better than a soggy Decimates. And so with that, unless anyone has any other things that they would like to do, we will depart this scene with one guru having gone off in a huff, one guru going off to do his duty to the sept, and the rest wondering where the wet dog smell is coming from in Olaf's cabin. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And good night.